Welcome to TV Glimpse. On this recap, The Crown Season 2. Watch the other recaps here. Season 2 covered the mid-1950s through the 1960s, and is the last season with this awesome cast. The central storyline in Season 2 saw Elizabeth and Philip grappling with the future of their relationship, and kicked off with the revelation that Elizabeth believes that her husband is having an affair. She comes to this belief after discovering a photograph of another woman in his briefcase, specifically a photograph of a Russian ballerina. Season 2 found Prince Margaret still reeling from being forced to break up with her first love, Peter Townsend, whom she wasn't allowed to marry because he was a divorcee. Margaret met society photographer Anthony Armstrong Jones, who wasted no time in taking some beautiful, scantily clad photographs of her. Margaret Everett the Rebel has him send one of the photos to a newspaper, and its publication sparks a minor scandal. Margaret and Tony begin an intense romantic relationship, and after learning that Townsend is engaged, she pushes Tony to propose to her, despite learning that Tony, a notorious ladies' man, has already had a string of affairs. Elizabeth gives the marriage her blessing. Even if you know nothing about the real-life story, you can tell this is not going to end well. Elizabeth gives the marriage her blessing. Queen Elizabeth's uncle, Edward, famously abdicated the throne in 1936. It's fair to say that Edward is not popular at the palace, and is particularly resented by the Queen Mother, who blames him for forcing her husband into a role he never wanted. So Season 2 saw Elizabeth dealing with the revelation of top-secret documents, the Marburg Files, which suggests that Edward was a Nazi sympathizer. After learning the full truth about his relationship with the regime, Elizabeth exiles Edward from England and allows the documents to be published. One of Season 2's most memorable episodes chronicled John and Jackie Kennedy's visit to Buckingham Palace in June of 1961. Elizabeth discovers after the meeting that Jackie subsequently disparaged her and Philip at a party, and the insult spurs her into a major diplomatic victory in Ghana. Jackie later pays another visit to the Queen to apologize and opens up about the ugly truth of her marriage to JFK, which, in the Crown's telling, involved drug abuse and physical violence. After JFK's assassination, Elizabeth is shown writing a letter to Jackie. We also see the 14-year-old Charles being forced to attend Gordonstoun School in Scotland, against the wishes of Elizabeth and his uncle, Lord Mountbatten. Gordonstoun is Philip's alma mater, and Philip is the one who insists that his son attend classes there. Charles is deeply unhappy there. He is bullied, ostracized, and struggles with the school's physical and academic demands, and Philip's response is to admonish him for being bloody weak. Things remained tense throughout the season, but came to a head in the final, which chronicled the Profumo affair, an infamous British sex scandal from 1963. The scandal involved a sexual relationship between politician John Profumo and a model Christine Keeler, and in the Crown Season 2 finale, Elizabeth begins to suspect that Philip was involved in the affair, and specifically that he attended a series of illicit parties held by osteopath Stephen Ward, which is where Profumo and Keeler met. In a climatic confrontation, Philip denies any involvement in the scandal and passionately reaffirms his love for and loyalty to Elizabeth, who is pregnant with their fourth child, Prince Edward. This ended Season 2. If you want to watch all the recaps of The Crown, click here. Thanks for watching TV Glimpse.